I'm Sean Kent Hayashi with Saucon Valley Cute and Cuddly Schnauzers. And this very kissy little Schnauzer is Burberry.
This video is about grooming Schnauzers. Good morning, Miss Burberry. Today you are going to be groomed. And I wanted to share this with you because Burberry has been in a traditional Schnauzer style, as you can see. And this is what it looks like for us when that traditional Schnauzer gets to the point where I'm going to bathe her, and then Anne will just be doing a normal trim on Burberry today. Now, we'll also be grooming Mocha into the traditional Schnauzer style, but Mocha is starting from an Asian Fusion cut. Here's what that looks like. And then converting him to the traditional Schnauzer groom. But I began this by reaching out to Jim, Mocha's new owner, who Mocha will be going to in the next few days. And I wanted to make sure that Jim understood what was going to be happening in the transition from the Asian Fusion style to this traditional Schnauzer groom style that you see on Burberry. Join us for this Schnauzer grooming video. Hi, Jim. I wanted to send you a little video here of your boy. And I just talked to Anne about his head in a Schnauzer cut. And Anne says, make sure that Jim understands the way his head is currently cut is in a sort of a dome shape here. And the brows right here aren't going to be as long as they would have, should have, could have been for the traditional Schnauzer. So obviously what's going to happen is this is going to get cut off back here, and there'll be a little bit of brow up here, but not as much as we would normally do. And then, of course, we'll get this in traditional Schnauzer. Now, my next question for you is, I'm guessing you want these legs in a traditional Schnauzer rather than in the Fusion, right? So that would mean taking some of this off. That would mean taking some of this off. So just making sure we're aligned. Jim agreed, and we're aligned. And this is the result. Let's show you how we got here. First, we're going to start off with a bath, because all good grooms start with a comb out and a bath. I'm one of those people who goes to bed extremely early, and so as a result, sometimes I happen to wake up very early. And on mornings like today, when I do, one of the things I just love to do is bathe one of my little doggies. It's a wonderful bonding time. My friend Amy Leigh, the Go Groomer, talks about and has videos on how important it is to bond with our dogs over the daily rituals of grooming and taking care of them. So I thought I'll save Anne some time when she's here today, and I'll just go ahead and bathe Miss Burberry. I've already warmed up the water. I've gotten the shampoo and conditioner ready to go. So we're going to start now, Burberry. Burberry is very used to being groomed and to being bathed. And so you can see here she's calm and easygoing. And this is a function of doing this regularly so the dog just thinks it's normal. And we, of course, say, yes, good girl. Good girl, Burberry. So I'm going to shampoo her now with my Groom Squalling Care shampoo. This time of year especially, I squeeze a bunch of conditioner right into the inside of the paw pad. I make sure I'm rubbing, just coating that conditioner on, and I'm letting it sit for at least 3 minutes, but I'll often just wrap my dog in the towel here and carry them around for 15 minutes or so with that conditioner right on them, like all over them, just baked in. There are several benefits to conditioner that I want to point out. Obviously, it conditions, moisturizes the skin, but it also helps the this coat, the hair, so that it doesn't mat as easily this time of year when it's very dry. And I'm regularly asked the question, how often do you bathe your dogs? I would say bathe your dog every 3 weeks and then have it groomed every 6 weeks. And that way you'll be bathing the dog every other time and your groomer will be bathing the dog every other time. During the bath is also a great time to squeeze some of this ear cleaner right into the ear canal and just massage it in a little bit and then let it sit there. The dog will shake their ears out as part of the bathing process and all will go well. It helps to make sure your dog doesn't get an ear problem due to water being left in the ear as well because of the ingredients in this ear cleaner. So the other thing about ear cleaner is we do clean ears once a week. We just put a squeeze into the ear canal and that does a great job of keeping ears very clean. I do a double rinse when getting the conditioner out to make sure that all the water off my dog is running clear. And I stand her up, meaning I put her on her back legs so her front legs are up and I get the belly really good too. You can find all of my favorite products that we use with our dogs, including shampoos and grooming equipment, on my website, svcctoys.com. Go to this shop button. Once you're on that page, scroll down. You'll see I have things organized in sections. And so here's the grooming section, for example. I have a habit of putting things away right after I use them. And so this was the Squalene Care I Groom shampoo and conditioner series. And then another one that I love to use is Chris Christensen Ice on Ice. So those would be 2 recommendations that I have. You could use any type of ear cleaner that your veterinarian approves and recommends. If you've got a dog that has some face things going on and you need a little bit of extra care for the face, and if you have a dog with some itchy spots, chlorhexidine is a great way to deal with that. I don't happen to have any dogs with itchy spots at the moment, but I do keep chlorhexidine on hand because it's fabulous for helping to get rid of any yeasty issues in the skin. I have my collection of my black on black Chris Christensen shampoo, so for dazzle or for dogs that have a lot of black in their coat, and then my white on white shampoo as well. For drying Burberry, I have several options. The first thing that I do is I just use a towel and I go with the flow, the grain of the coat. And so I'm toweling off the excess water. And I never want to run my towel back and forth like this over her body. That would create mats. So the next step is I grab a comb and just comb through all of this coat. After that, and drying, I have a force air dryer and I have this dryer, which is great for particularly little puppies. This heats up much quicker, much nicer than the force air dryer does. The other option is my own blow dryer. So the hair dryer that I use for myself could also be used on my dogs. And if I have little tiny puppies, at first I start with the hair dryer for me. I used the force air dryer today, in other words, this one, the Canine Mini Blow Dryer. And it took me 7 minutes from start to finish. So she was totally wet, damp, and now she is completely dry in 7 minutes. Burberry has a beautiful chocolate and red coat. Hopefully that's coming through in the coloring here. And so what you'll be seeing next, later this morning, Anne will be arriving. And I decided to do it this way today because I wanted you to see the juxtaposition of Burberry with her Schnauzer cut versus Mocha, who's coming up next in this video. I've just gotten out of a meeting. Yes, that's right. And Anne has arrived and been working on Miss Burberry. Look at how beautiful Miss Burberry is as Anne is finishing her up here. Ooh, she's so pretty. So next up, I want to show you, Anne's still working on Burberry. So apparently Anne says her head's not finished yet, but she's working on it, getting close. But I want to show you the difference here between Burberry and Mocha. And so Mocha is in what we refer to as an Asian Fusion style. So we've got this domed head. We've got this really full skirt. We've got a super puffy tail back here like a little ball. And the tail is going to be going so that it matches Burberry's tail. In other words, this little Schnauzer bum is what Mocha's bum is going to look like. And the legs will look quite different. Mocha has a sort of hair from here down. And so this is the Schnauzer style. His skirt will grow in. His eyebrows will grow out. So Anne is brushing him out very well. And then she's going to start on his head. So I wanted to just show you Anne's approach to dealing with this head change on Mocha. Doorbell just rang, and so of course we had a cacophony of singing, we call it here, for a few moments while we figured out what was happening at the front door. But Anne's going to talk us through her approach and the tools she's going to use and show us how she's going to transition Mocha's head.
Okay, so the head is really tight, and right now he's rounded and he's got full ears, but all that's going to come. I'm using a 10 blade because that's very close. It's a very close cut. So I'm going to start with the ears, take them down.
I've got lots of photos of him in his Schnauzer style. In fact, we even did a video on, do you like the longer beard or do you like the shorter, rounder beard?
So now I will hold the hair back around his eye, and then you shave along the eye here, right under the eye to start shaping the beard.
When I was editing this video, I realized how much the puppies were in a game of tug-of-war play. They were probably playing lots of fetch with each other, and they were making lots of noise in the background. That doesn't normally happen. And I think what was happening for me was I was saying to myself, oh, they'll stop quickly because they don't normally make lots of noise like that. But I suspect that they were just playing with each other and hearing us and wanting to come in with us. So here's my suggestion as you're watching this. If you're watching for Anne's techniques on how to do a Schnauzer head, just turn the volume off if the barking in the background is bothering you. If you don't even notice the barking in the background, then hey, just keep watching it as is. But you can watch as she transitions the head from this to a Schnauzer head. She's going to show you step by step how she does it. Anne would, of course, be able to do this completely without me being here. He doesn't really need my hand where I have it, but I'm steadying it myself that way just so that I keep the video straight. You can see this.
This is nice and tight. And then what's going to happen, we're going to do both sides, and then we're going to do the underside to match that line for his beard. Start with the ear. I'm being very careful with the ear because there's an ear flap on the underside. You have to be very careful not to catch that flap. Again, you're going to hold the hair back to separate it so that you're just coming right under the eye. Nice and tight. And then where we have come under the eye, I'm going to go a little bit further there. It's not quite far enough. And then we take the beard and we hold up his head because we have a line here and we have a line here, and we want to match that on the underside. And so here we have the beard. Now I'll touch that up a bit. I want to match up the line. So we didn't get very well under his eye there. Okay. And then brush it forward. We're going to get as much of a brow as we can. But he was in that style, so it's his brow doesn't come down quite over his eyes as well as maybe Burberry's does. I'm going to take that and we're going to shape his head. Hi! And then we're going to go behind his eye. Let's take that off. Hey, baby. Yes. So we're going to trim between the eyes.
Those puppies are having a lot of fun playing with each other right now. I can hear them, and I'm guessing that they have found a toy and they are taunting each other with it. That's my guess based on the type of sounds that they're making at the moment.
And this is how we begin to shape the brow. And then I will use a regular straight shear to...
I know myself that when I see the eyebrows, you know, some people do these eyebrows with these big old points down here. I don't particularly like the points down there. And interestingly enough, he's not going to have those big points today. So, yeah.
Okay, so we're keeping this in line with his cheek. That's where you want the brow to be. And of course, I'll continue to shape that. But I like to put my finger under the brow, right at the eye, so I know where I am. And again, you're going to line up the shears with the side of the head, so that when you see his eyes, that's where those, right here.
Yeah.
And then we'll continue to shape them. So in order to do that, you do your first cut alongside of the face, because they should have a squared off face. Then you actually go on this side of the nose to do this angle here. So again, we're going to be shaping them, but this is coming along as best we can from his Asian Fusion. Again, so you line up from this side of the nose, that's the angle that you want. A little shaky this morning. Okay, yes, we're going to keep shaping. He said, am I done?
See, there's lots of shaping going on with you, buddy. Changing your look entirely.
Okay, so we've got a little bit more shaping to do. But basically, there's your brow.
Perfect. And would you tell us now about the beard to make sure we've got the strategy for how you're approaching the whole head?
Yes, for the beard, you want to comb it back and line that up to straighten it. That should be your guide, going back. Then you go to the side. And straighten that. Now he's going to be a little bit shorter because he was rounded. So all this was round. So it's going to have a little bit of a shorter beard.
And his new owner, Jim, can let that grow in, and he can have a longer, straighter beard if he wants it to. But this is what we're dealing with right now because this is the length that it was. And Jim understands that. I've had some conversations with him about sort of setting expectations for this transition that Mocha will go through until he's in the full Schnauzer style that Jim would like him in.
Now, some people like sort of a puppy face, so you would take this up and round it. But we're not doing that. We're giving him the Schnauzer look. So you can see that it should be straight. Still, hang on. Yes, buddy, yes. Yes, buddy, yes. Still have a little bit more on this side yet. There we go.
Oh, I think he's just coming along so nicely, Mr. Mocha.
Yes, and I'll clean this up in here.
So you'll do that with the thinning shears?
I'm doing that with the thinning shears just to get it out of his eyes. Just on the top of the bridge of his nose. Hi. There.
Excellent. I can see the shape is forming beautifully. And I know you're a perfectionist, so you'll be spending a lot more
Yes.
time on this with all these kinds of things. But and
Yes.
there's one more thing I was hoping you might do
Yes.
before I leave.
Yes.
Let's say goodbye to his puffy tail. Yeah. Mocha, you've got a beautiful puffy tail. And I just want to show Jim that we did it. We let that puffy tail go. And of course, what she's going to do too is she's going to trim down this leg so that it's a Schnauzer leg, not this Asian Fusion leg. But go ahead.
Well, we're going to do a sanitary clip. We're going to start with that. We just put right here, right around his little bum. And then we go on the underside. And then the top side. And I'm still using a 10 blade, which is not what I would be using on his body. But you want the tail and the head very tight, particularly around his eyes. And you may see a little bit of skin, and that'll be gone in a day.
In other words, the hair grows out quickly.
Very quickly, and you'll see just this tight shaped head, face. You don't want any stragglers because when he goes potty, you don't want anything to stick. Okay. There's his little tail.
All right. No longer a puffy ball tail. He now has a traditional Schnauzer tail.
There he
Good
is.
job, Ann.
Thank you.
So yeah, when I get back, we will. I'll resume this videoing to show you how he has come along. Yes, Mr. Schnauzer Mocha. Oh, you're so pretty. So I'm just back from getting my own haircut, and I can see Ann is still working on Mr. Mocha. Hi. Hello, beautiful boy. Ann, he looks great.
Okay, I mean, I have to do the other side, but do you think that's a good length on his legs?
Yeah, I think it looks fabulous.
Good.
Yeah. So there's the unfinished legs. So this is what the legs looked like before, and here's the after. No matter which way I move, Mocha always turns so that he's looking straight at me. So I help a little by moving around the room in ways that might position what Anne is doing best. Anne is always whispering sweet nothings to them, even when it's not Valentine's Day. You are such a beautiful boy. No matter how you are groomed, you're just stunning.
Just really, really is. Okay. Burberry, it was your turn earlier and you did such a good job. Now you're sitting here watching Mr. Mocha. Hi, Dazzle. Hello, Liberty. Yeah, you all like to help. Hello. You all were taking a nap, weren't you? Yes, you were. We got another one over here taking a nap, too. I see you're waking us up. Sean, why are you waking us up, Shasha? Huh? Mocha, look at you. You're all finished. Oh my goodness, you look so beautiful. What a pretty Schnauzer boy you are, Mocha. Yeah, great job, Anne. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, my
Mocha,
pleasure.
you are stunning. No matter what cut you are in, you are just one gorgeous boy. Yes, we love you. Well, so this morning, Hugh Ann, we were doing some grooming on my dogs, which is why I'm dressed the way I am, all in black here. And I ran out the door and just put my little Burberry boots on that I know.
bag.
With my little Burberry bag. And so I'm going to do a before and after of me, since we did a before and after.
Before.
Hey, cutie.
Before Hugh Ann does
She looks
her
great
amazing
already.
groom job on
Now it's my turn. I'm getting my little haircut. Woohoo!
Thank you so much, Hugh Ann.
Oh my gosh, anytime. You look great. Enjoy your new look.
I so appreciate it. My new
Happy
little.
Valentine's.
That's right. Happy Valentine's Day and my new little Schnauzer cut.
Shake it, girl.